Alrighty, let's make the rounds real quick. Market looks like it's running out of steam just a little bit. BTC been rallying all day, following up from our chart from yesterday. We are headed into what we think is like a Wonder Woman type pattern. Wonder Woman is W. You can see the last part of the W here. I'll draw a quick example of the Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman looks like this, something like that, and then the rally continues. So this is this pattern here. We had the large steep drop off from yesterday midday or so, and then just as fast as it began, it stopped and we started to climb. We believe that the climb will lead us above the 62.5% line. That is demarcated here. 87.64 or so, somewhere in that area. We hope that price is somewhere near there. We do believe that it will exceed 86.74. So I guess that's about a 100-point range. Of course, it could flash over. We'd love for it to be flash over. That'd be very bullish if it were to do that. I'm going to move this over here just so it does not block the view of the action. Next, we expect another deep retrace that breaks the 62.5% line in the other direction. Those are represented by these little teal lines here. Supposed to create a lot of confusion. It will create a great buying opportunity. It will take balls of steel. You will not be at the lower part of the frame. There is almost a 50-50 possibility that it could break through and then continue down in this extremely negative scenario. Be ready. Stops are right along this blue line, as they pretty much have been. We forgave this one just a tiny bit because we were like a deer in headlights just watching the market decline. However, luckily, deer in headlights, it kind of has some value. If you sit there long enough, things get better and you calm down a little bit, which is pretty much exactly how I felt yesterday. But I stayed true to my guns. I knew we were in a bull market. I knew it should hold. I'll get at least a 62.5% bounce, at least a 50, probably a 62. So I held on and was able to recover my positions for a small loss, which I'm glad about that. I hate losing, but geez, I hate losing big. So I was happy to recover. Needless to say, there's probably a little bit more upside. I'm going to try to get back in if I'm given a nice opportunity. I won't discuss what that is right now on the reentry, but we hope to finish out the W after this next retest with a very steady climb. It will have a little hitch right before it gets to the new high, and don't let that little hitch scare you. A lot of people get shaken out right there. I've gotten shaken out there. The really nice part about this is that when you start heading into this sideways section, it is so obvious and so clearly visible. So if you start seeing sideways action directly to the right of the old high, just right below it, you know you're doing good. Hold your position. You'll probably be well rewarded with a quick trip up to, I'm going to guess it's going to be 10,000 and it'll break 10,000 and it'll be quick. And 10,320 is really maybe where the flash goes. I don't know. If this doesn't happen, we will lose our frame here. So stop losses are going to be somewhere near 81 or maybe 8,300, somewhere near 8,300, depending on how high this goes. But it's going to be frightening. I mean, trust me, it'll be real hard holding positions here. It'll look like, man, this thing is about to break down. And true to form, it usually does this thing in a flash as well. So be ready for that. If anybody wants to try to get back in, we're talking 8,300 to 8,450, something in there, looking for a flash. I mean, it's dangerous. You might place a stop just, gosh, I don't know, another 100 points down below your entry, but you may get stopped out prematurely too. It is pretty hard to time those. Better to just be a little patient and catch it somewhere here after it's obvious. But man, if you get this, you're gonna be feeling pretty happy. If you do not catch it right and you catch it too late and you're way below the blue line, do not think this is a discount. Do not make the mistake of thinking, ooh, whoopity goody, I'm 50 points lower than my entry. Oh, that would be terrible. What will happen next, we'll have you reeling. It'll be a devastating move. It will move down very quickly to the bottom of the frame without coming back up, and then somewhere after you get to the bottom of the frame, you'll see a small flash to retest. Usually by that point you are hooked and you cannot get out of the position, and it takes you down into the cleaners area. So be careful for that. The cleaners area here, man, it could go deep. We don't think so, but it could. So all this is in the discussion for another video. So there it is. There's the general outlook. Here's the W. Our stops are along here. We're gonna, definitely just call that the absolute auto stop. And then here, anything below there is going to be like manual stop time. And as this thing rallies, if it continues to, when it's coming back, it'll really be even higher than that. So there's a couple ideas there. Let's zoom in just a little bit, kind of see what's happening on a small level. So this chart's probably pretty difficult to see. We're going to go and blank it out for everybody and build the frame just really quickly. So first we're going to put in the Murray Math frame. There it is. You can see we are at 7/8 to the hair. If anybody wants to know how accurate is Murray Math, well, just take a look. Take a nice look. You are just right up there. Best part about it, usually these small little turns come at the 7/8 of the 7/8 of the 7/8. There you are again. If you wanted to look at it one more time, say, hold on a second, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced of the fractal nature of geometry. Is it possible, ladies and gentlemen? There it is again. So, tea leaves. Let's get rid of this real quick here. So anyway, top of the frame, we got to be careful. We hope to get some sell-off that we can buy, and we're going to just keep trying to ride this baby higher, ride this baby to the end. And we're going to be very, 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 very careful of our stops. Let's go ahead and put this in here. This defines our major trend. Well, I mean, I say major, I'm talking today, one day. It's not major. Here's our last trend that we started. We're going to do a little play here. Some colors. There we go. Alrighty. So we can see clearly that the market has revved up. This is what that looks like. Suddenly the wave trajectory that was going sideways and not up and not down, but moving sideways, starts to move up. Now it actually has a much steeper slope. Now the orange slope has turned into a steeper slope with the help of this subslope. However, if we were to roll this back to here, you would see that the slope is lame. And if you went here as well, the slope is lame. However, with the addition of this introduction of data, the slope is getting better. So retest will continue to happen at the center line as they started to here. All this is just going to keep shifting higher as this thing hopefully accelerates higher. The moving averages are now with us. All kinds of momentum is starting to head back north. We will be planning on running into Murray Math lines all the way, but the maximum damage that we expect to see will look something in this neighborhood. So I'm going to back out of here so we can see just a little bit more, about 4 times more. There we are. So stretch out the Murray Math frame a little bit here. We get a little bit more context. There we are. And here. So we are expecting, we will build reflection box. The box is very squished. That is how fast the rally was. There we go. We're going to turn this blue. Actually, no, we won't. We're going to leave it yellow. So here's the reflection box. Here's the areas. Here's the targets. we're seeing something like this is what we expect. Boom, pop up through 62 and come down. This may get a little scary as it comes down here and then flashes back up, has the hitch, and then begins to try to print the Wonder Woman. So that is our Wonder Woman shape. It'll be finishing the Wonder Woman as it breaks out. It will have consolidation. This will be the signal to you and your grandmother to get back on, and then you have the continuation move. So we're going to keep our eye on this. Let's put some price targets on it. Here is the peak. We'll just mark peaks. So everybody be your own conservative judge. Do not try to enter at the peaks. Enter prior to the peaks. Exit prior to the peaks. There we go. All right. Hope that helps. Lots of action. Let's hope for that new high. It'd be real exciting.